from Kern Government Television. Welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Originating from the County Administrative Center, located at 1115 Truxton Avenue in Bakersfield, California. Grounded in ideas, energy, and innovation, Kern County's vision is to be a driving force for the world's fifth largest economy. And our mission is to exceed expectations of the communities we serve, changing the way they feel about government, those who manage it, and the services it provides. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily. Hello, everyone. We hope you've been enjoying your dinner. We'd like to begin the rest of this evening's program. A large reason we're able to celebrate tonight is courtesy of the Kern Economic Development Corporation's outstanding sponsors. These industry leaders believe in our community and contribute heavily to the success of not only this event, but our region year-round. I'd like to take a moment to thank each of them for their commitment to Kern County. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Rio Tinto U.S. Borax. Platinum sponsor, Avantis. Wine sponsor, AES. Valet sponsor, Dignity Health, Mercy and Memorial Hospitals. Gold sponsors, Era Energy, Anthem Blue Cross, Chevron, Hydro Store, Kern Community College District, Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Metropolitan Recycling and the Metro Bakersfield Refuse Haulers, Mojave Air and Spaceport at Rutan Field, and Providence Strategic Consulting. Thank you to our audio and visual sponsor, Media Solutions, Inc. Our silver sponsors, the Bakersfield Association of Realtors, Bank of America, Berry Corporation, California Resources Corporation, Clinica Sierra Vista, Grimway Farms, the Kern County Fair and Event Center, and Wonderful Orchards. And finally, thank you to our bronze sponsors, Community Action Partnership of Kern, the Tohono Indian Tribe, and WM. Let's give one more big round of applause for all of tonight's generous sponsors. And speaking of our sponsors, many of them are affiliated with our local energy industry, specifically oil and gas production. Please raise your hand if you or your business is tied to this flagship industry here in Kern County. Tonight, I want each of you to look around your tables, from the tables and chairs themselves to the dishes, silverware, linens, stationery, food, wine, and even flowers. Everything before you tonight was made possible by or manufactured with oil and gas. Right now, our county would like to take a moment to recognize and thank the thousands of local oil workers in our community who help to power the world. It is pivotal this vital Kern County industry and those it employs feels seen and celebrated. Finally, I'd like to give my deepest thanks to Paul Harvey's family for allowing us to create and debut a special video tonight, right now, in honor of our oil workers. You are essential.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need power. So God made an oil worker. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, trip pipe down the wall bore in the scorching sun, work all day in the oil fields, then go to town and stay past midnight at a county board meeting. So God made an oil worker. I need a roughneck strong enough to work 12 hours a day on a job site, yet gentle enough to make it home on time for their son's soccer game. A driller sweat-soaked and mud-caked, come home tired, have to stay awake because their wife just had a baby. And it's bath time, and he wants to participate. So God made an oil worker. God said, I need somebody willing to head out at 2 in the morning, put on coveralls, a hard hat, and steel-toed boots because they believe in second chances and decide to bet on themselves. Somebody who may not have had the opportunity to get a college degree, but has the grit and skills to pull in 6 figures for their family with little to no formal education. So God made an oil worker. God had to have somebody willing to spend all day as a derrick hand, using their strong body to help pull up crude oil from the land so doctors could put pacemakers in the hearts of people like you and me. So God made an oil worker. God said, I need somebody determined enough to show up to work when their entire state tells them their job doesn't matter, yet gentle enough to understand the world demands otherwise. Someone who innovates, who pivots to accommodate the strictest environmental regulations while managing to maintain production. It had to be somebody who refused to give up, somebody you could count on to show up, to lead the tongues and tugger the catwalk until their face is caked in grime, and finish a hard week's work just in time to drive back from midway sunset to their local church. Somebody who would hold a family together, with the pride of knowing they broke the cycle, who would laugh and then sigh, and then reply with smiling eyes when their child says that they want to spend their life doing what they do. So God made an oil worker. Thank you to our oil industry workers. You are essential.
Thank you. To share more about the achievements of Kern County's economy, I'd like to introduce the President and CEO of the Kern Economic Development Corporation. I would like to thank Richard Chapman on behalf of our entire county for his continued work, support, and partnership in moving Kern County forward. We also appreciate everything that your organization has done to make tonight's State of the County possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Richard Chapman to the stage.
Great, good evening. Amazing crowd from all over the county. Thank you for traveling either short distance or long. And this is actually a record year in terms of sponsorships as well as attendance. And it's so great. I mean, Kern County, we're about getting together, right, in person. 2-hour lunches, right? Our 2.5-hour lunches. Somebody's probably still at Luigi's now. We will keep the lights on. But this is the thing about the amazing part about we work hard, play hard, but also committed to economic development and growth. Growth's the good thing. We want jobs. And Kern County is, frankly, the largest economy in the San Joaquin Valley. So how do we flex our muscles? How do we tell this story? You know, it's wonderful to have such a partnership with the county. As our largest funder, I'd like to thank the Board of Supervisors. Thank you for your support as a steward of the county strategy. Thank you. And working with Ryan Alsop in the CEO's office, with Ali and Anna Marie, and of course Sophia, right? I mean, I showed up here and they said, go on stage. So it would not be possible without them, and of course the sponsors. And it's an honor and privilege to work with an amazing board. Our board members are here tonight in force. So if you're a Kern EDC board member, as well executive committee member, please stand up. Supervisor Couch was just added last week. Thank you for your commitment. We had a banner year, adding new members during COVID and committed to growing the economy. So I'd like to highlight one of the ways that we communicate Kern County's incredible vitality, economic vitality, and diversity. It's the elevator speech, right? The average attention span's 8 seconds. Something shiny, I think I saw over there, by our treasurer, Andy Stanley. Think about eight seconds for a human. Guess what? A goldfish is 12 seconds. So this is designed for humans. We talked, Ali mentioned about the food, the bounty of food. We are number one for ag. And, the common phrase or theme we hear is we feed the world, power the world, and defend the world. And I think we should get a lot more accolades from folks throughout the state and nation for what we're able to do. We're number one for ag. There. Thank you. We're number one for ag. We're number 7 for oil production. Well, hopefully that number goes up next year. But it's amazing. Think about we are the energy capital of California. 70% of the state's oil is from Kern County. 60% of renewable energy. I mean, that is just an amazing commitment. And thank you to the Board of Supervisors to making that commitment. I know Lorelai's here too. Lorelai. Next year at the Energy Summit, we have a slot for you. First on call, so thank you. But it's about public and private partnerships, right? Just because you have investment that wants to come here or investment wants to grow here, if they don't have the public sector supporting it, it's not going to happen. So this is a pleasure and joy after working, let's just say in Seattle. I love Kern County as an economic developer. Third in economic diversity, think about this. Yes, we have oil and ag, but we're the third most diverse economy in the country. East Kern is representing here. What's in East Kern? We got aerospace, right? Defense, Rio Tinto, energy, natural resources. Of course, we have healthcare, we have ag, logistics. So we are the third most diverse economy. So we have many legs of the stool. Of course, ag and oil are critical, but we embrace new industry within existing as well as emerging. I said fourth in STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. That goes along with these types of industries. Moving into COVID, we had the most essential jobs of any county in the country because of these industries that are critical. So that was something that really, we basically immune. You see others on there, distribution centers. We have as well, Rio Tinto. It's the largest, it's not on this list, but it's on our other flyer, the largest borax mine in the world, right, Mary Beth? And they are going to have a tour coming up, and 60 stories deep. And again, I went there, as I say last time, I was blown away, and they actually let me out, as much as my wife pleaded. Again, on here we have, think about the aerospace defense. I mean, we have China Lake, Edwards, right? NASA, Armstrong, Mojave. I mean, these companies, they make national news. The innovations that are coming out of China Lake, Edwards, amazing. I think one of the largest solar and storage facilities is having a ribbon cutting on Thursday. Every week, something is happening in Kern County. And so how do we get that message out? You're all ambassadors, right? You're all ambassadors for this great diversity. And I thank you so much for having us coming here tonight. Looking forward to Supervisor Jeff Flores, great friend, just amazing vision, a guy of common sense and a foodie. This guy knows food. I have competition here, but I have much respect for him and looking forward to his chairmanship leading us in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Now I would like to introduce you to our platinum sponsor for tonight's State of the County, Avantis, previously known as 8-Minute Solar Energy. Through networks of clean, smart power plants, Avantis is proving what's possible when technology and sustainability work together by creating energy without limitations. Here's a little bit more about how Avantis is leading in their field.
What I like about the solar industry is it's creating a lot of job opportunities here in Kern County, especially for our union.
To transform the energy world as it exists today, it is exciting.
I've been in the solar fields now working for almost 10 years. I was a single mom. It offered an opportunity for me to support my family. I'm building a better future for them.
I served in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and I feel like I'm continuing to serve my country now by helping it reach its energy goals. I definitely recommend this career to other veterans. We take care of each other. It's like a brotherhood.
I was born and raised in Bakersfield, California. Started moving up through the ranks on drilling rigs. Started having babies and decided I needed something more stable. I couldn't be months on end in some other location. It's the best decision I've ever made was switching over.
The solar industry has been great for the local economy, for the members of our local, their families. They've worked thousands of IBEW members on their projects, from panel installers, which is our entry-level position, all the way up to state-certified journeyman wireman electrician.
It's a great career for learning. You're always learning something new, great pay, great benefits, great retirement.
And it seems like with these solar fields, they mainly hire local. It's a driving force of the economy, no doubt about it. So if you find these companies that are willing to invest in these communities, it's a benefit to everybody involved.
More than that, it's the kind of the forecast growth. This is going to be here for a long time. It's something you can retire off of, and then maybe even your children can retire off of as well.
And it's nice to drive by a solar field, see it nice, neat, and clean, producing power.
Our members are concerned about climate change, and we see renewables as part of the solution. And we're glad to be part of that solution.
It makes me feel proud to go to work to know that we're fighting climate change.
If you get more solar energy, our air is going to be a lot cleaner for our future kids and grandkids and everybody.
50 years from today, somebody's going to say, wow, those were the pioneers. We are making a difference in the world with clean energy.
Now I would like to bring to the stage our 2023 State of the County presenting sponsor. Whether in person or virtually, Rio Tinto has continued to believe in Kern County by serving as our State of the County presenting sponsor for many years. We couldn't be more appreciative of Rio Tinto's generosity and heartfelt commitment to Kern County. Tonight, we're joined by Rio Tinto's Chief Operating Officer, Ryan Harnden, who will share about his extraordinary mining and metals company making a global impact from right here in Kern County, as Rio Tinto operates the largest open pit mine and borax mine in the world. Please join me in welcoming Ryan Harnden to the stage to share how Rio Tinto is finding better ways to provide the materials our world needs.
Good evening, and thank you for the warm introduction, Ali. As the Chief Operating Officer for Rio Tinto US Borax, it is my privilege to welcome you to the 2023 State of the County. While US Borax has been the presenting sponsor for this event for many years, this is my first time, and I have to say the energy in the room is inspiring and makes me proud to be doing business in Kern County. Tonight's theme of Lead Here, Lead the World is aligned with our operational position as an international leader in the development of refined borates. Most of you may know us from the 20 mil team borax in your parents' or your grandparents' laundry cupboard. But borates is in so many more items that we use every single day. I would guess that we've all touched about 20 items just today containing borates. From the cell phone in your pocket, to the insulation in your walls and your ceilings, to the fertiliser used to enrich the soils throughout this amazing county. Borates are essential for life and critical for the future. We operate the largest open pit mine in the state and supply 1/3 of the global demand for refined borates. So you can understand why tonight's motto is perfect platform to strengthen our brand and the support for our business. Just located just outside of the government centre in the small community of Boron. But beyond US Borax, our parent company Rio Tinto, a global mining organisation with sites throughout the world, Rio Tinto's mining operations provide an abundance of critical minerals used every day, such as aluminium or aluminum in your language, iron ore, copper, titanium. Our teams work hard to find better ways to provide the material the world's needs, that we all need. But tonight we're celebrating Kern County, a robust and business-friendly jurisdiction. And before I hand the program back over to Ali, I'm eager to share a little bit more about our business through a short video. I think you'll agree, we're leading here and we're leading the world. Thank you.
The rich Mojave Desert is home to the largest open pit mine in the state of California, owned and operated by Rio Tinto US Borax. Firmly committed to operational safety and excellence, we've come far in the past 150 years. From early mining in Death Valley to the discovery of boron and development of mine operations in Kern County, US Borax has been a trusted community partner, a vital East Kern employer, and a global business operator for decades. We supply 1/3 of the world's demand for refined borates, found in hundreds of products used every day, including your mobile cell phone, laptop computer, and flat-screen TV. Without borates, the screens would be too hot to touch. Borates are also found in plant fertilizers, laundry additives, and fire suppressants, the insulation in your home, the 2x4s in your walls, and wind turbine blades are also improved with borates. We are proud to lead the world in the development of refined borates and work hard to find better ways to provide the materials the world needs. But at the heart of our brand lies the core values of care, courage, and curiosity. These values reflect what's important to us. We act with care by prioritizing the safety of our employees, contractors, and guests. We proceed with courage by supporting everyone to speak up when they see something that doesn't seem right. We progress with curiosity by asking questions, seeking answers, and including diverse ideas. It's that curiosity that leads us to explore low-carbon opportunities in the cement industry using decades-old mine waste, investigate renewable energy options for a 24-hour-a-day, 7-days-a-week operation, and work with regulatory agencies and industry partners to transition our entire on-site machinery fleet to renewable diesel by the year 2024. We believe we'll be the first in the mining industry to achieve this fuel conversion goal. This past year, we're also proud to report that we produced and shipped more than 1 million tons of refined borates, a record for our business. We're excited to continue our work with local and state partners to provide the world with critical materials that are mined and processed right here in Kern County. Rio Tinto US Borax, essential for life, critical for the future.
Thank you, Ryan. Now, before we hear from Chairman Flores in just a moment, I'd like to introduce some very special guests. To be honest, this was truly the hardest part of putting our program together because everyone in this room is worthy of a formal introduction, and we would love to be able to introduce you all. However, due to limited time, I'm going to try to keep things short. If I do call your name, please briefly stand so we can be sure to thank you for your commitment to Kern County residents. Let's start with our Kern County family. First and foremost, our Board of Supervisors and our Chief Administrative Officer. You'll be hearing more about them in just a moment from Chairman Flores. I'd also like to introduce our District Attorney, Cynthia Zimmer, Auditor Controller County Clerk, Amy Espinoza, Treasurer Tax Collector, Jordan Kaufman, and Assessor, Laura Avila. Next, I'd like to recognize Perry Finsel, representing the Speaker of the House of Representatives and our Congressman of California's 20th District, Kevin McCarthy. Stephen Kemp, representing Congressman David Valadeo. Tracy Richardson and Vivian Cow, representing State Senator Shannon Grove, and Marisol Moreno, representing State Senator Melissa Hurtado, as well as Jessica Jansen, representing our Assemblyman Vince Fong. From the City of Bakersfield, please welcome Mayor Karen Go, Vice Mayor Andre Gonzalez, and council members Eric Arias, Manpreet Kaur, Bruce Freeman, and City Manager Christian Clegg. From the City of Delano, Mayor Joe Alendejo and council members Liz Morris, Mario Nunez, and Salvador Solorio Ruiz. From the City of McFarland, Mayor Saul Ion. From the City of Shafter, Mayor Chad Givens, Vice Mayor Kathy Prout, and council members Gilbert Alvarado and Pete Espinoza, as well as City Manager Gabriel Gonzalez. From the City of Taft, Mayor Dave Knorr and Mayor Pro Tem Oracle Cryer, council members Josh Bryant, Carlos Shavira, and Ron Waldrop, as well as City Manager Craig Jones. From the City of Tehachapi, Mayor Pro Tem Joan Pagon Cord and City Manager Greg Garrett. From the City of Ridgecrest, council member Kyle Blades and City Manager Ron Strand. From the City of Wasco, Mayor Pro Tem Alex Garcia and City Manager Scott Hurlbert. I'd also like to introduce our President of California State University, Bakersfield, Lynette Zalesny, Chancellor of our Kern Community College District, Sonia Christian, and our Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Mary Barlow. I would also like all elected kindergarten through 12th grade and community college district board members, as well as all special district board members and their representatives to please stand. Would all of our municipal and superior court judges please stand? And finally, this is Kern County, where we honor veterans. If you served our country in the military, please stand. Thank you so much for your service. And to all of our elected officials, thank you so much for your commitment to Kern County. And speaking of elected officials, while unfortunately Speaker McCarthy couldn't be with us here tonight in person, he did send us a special message all the way from Washington. We are so proud to have one of our very own Kern County residents truly leading the world.
Hi, I'm Kevin McCarthy, and it is an honor to represent you in California's new 20th Congressional District. I wish I could be there with you today to celebrate our 25th annual State of the County. But with the House in session, I will not be able to attend in person. But I wanted to send you a quick note of congratulations on reaching this impressive milestone. For generations, Kern County has been an innovator in energy, agriculture, and aerospace. All policies areas that allow our community to feed, fuel, and defend our country. A testament to the incredible people who call this community home. As we all know, the Central Valley is the backbone of California, filled with individuals whose tenacity, grit, and determination are second to none. From farmers and agriculture producers to the military personnel and the civilians who support our nation at China Lake and Edwards Air Force Base, to workers in our oil and natural gas industries, Kern County continues to lead here and lead the world. I will always be proud to be from Kern County. I'm proud to know you, and I am constantly inspired by all of you. Without further ado, please welcome the 3rd District Supervisor and this year's Chairman of the Board, Jeff Flores, to deliver the 2023 State of the County Address. May you and the board have a successful year as you continue working for our families and our economy.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Wow, it's not every day you get introduced by the Speaker of the House. Congratulations to you, Mr. Speaker. What an extraordinary achievement and opportunity for this great county, the Central Valley, and state of California. What a pleasure it is to welcome you all to tonight's 25th annual State of the County back in person. I'm honored to be here before you tonight, not only as the newest elected member of the Board of Supervisors, but also as this year's chairman. Thank you to the Kern Economic Development Corporation for helping make this evening possible. Thank you again to all of this evening's many generous sponsors, and thank you, Allie, wherever you are, for doing such a great job as MC. I want to quickly introduce you all to 2 very important people in my life. First, my dear wife, Jackie. We've been married for 14 wonderful years, and she has been my confidant, my rock throughout, and I simply could not do this without your love and support. I'm so proud of you, and my son Oliver, I'm so proud. Thank you for the privilege of being your dad. You are a blessing to your mother and me, and I will fight for your future, as well as a prosperous future for our county's next generation. I am also glad to be joined on this journey by some amazing people and true servant leaders, my 4 colleagues on the Board of Supervisors. 1st District Supervisor, Philip Peters. 2nd District Supervisor, Zach Scrivener. 4th District Supervisor, David Couch. And 5th District Supervisor, Leticia Perez. I'm looking forward to working with each of you as we move Kern County forward. I am also pleased to be joined tonight by our county's Chief Administrative Officer, Ryan Alsop. Thank you for all you do for our county, our residents, and this board. I also want to recognize our county department heads who are here tonight. Thank you for all you do. Finally, while many of you may not know them yet, you soon will, I would like to introduce my staff, Matt Martin, Michael Herrera, and Cody Criswell. Three terrific individuals who I am very proud to surround myself with. While I'm new to this position, and most of you know, I'm not new to District 3 in Kern County. I have spent nearly the past decade serving former 3rd District Supervisor Mike Maggard as his Chief of Staff, working with the communities of East Bakersfield, Northwest Bakersfield, La Cresta, Westchester, Oleander, Oildale, Southwest Bakersfield, as well as the county as a whole. I have seen the challenges, successes, and true power of working in public office firsthand. I also know Kern County's immense strengths as a community filled with talent that feeds, fuels, and defends the world. As we gather tonight to discuss the future of our great county, this evening's event marks a very important milestone. While we spent a quarter of a century together to celebrate our region's triumphs and strategize against impending hurdles, we have never been in a position quite like this. As many of you know, Kern County is facing unprecedented challenges born from state policies negatively affecting our energy and agriculture industries. Right now, we are actively battling the Newsom administration for the rights and resources to drill and farm. We're also vigorously and successfully, I might add, working to clean up the mess our state has created when it comes to homelessness, as ineffective state policies have made it nearly impossible to keep criminals in jail, and our middle class has almost dissipated due to soaring cost of living expenses. We have much work to do. If you've looked at the headlines lately, I don't blame you for showing up tonight with feelings of uncertainty, angst, or maybe even doubt about the state, our county, country, and even the world. However, I want to share with you a very important quote, which is a mantra as I lead our Board of Supervisors in Kern County through the coming year. Reverend Nicholas Gumbel famously said, "Don't be afraid of pressure. Pressure is what transforms a lump of coal into a diamond." I want to assure you, Kern County is not only the diamond of California, but we are one of the brightest gems our nation and world has ever seen. Between our innovation, resourcefulness, and proven record of accomplishment, there is no better place to be than right here in Kern County. Remember, if you serve here, you serve the world. If you create here, you create the world. If you change here, you change the world. And most importantly, if you lead here, you lead the world. Let's start with energy. Just last year, Kern County was one of only 24 communities nationwide to be awarded a U.S. Department of Energy specialty grant. This funding will be used to develop the concept for a clean energy and carbon management business park, co-located with carbon capture and sequestration projects that will make Kern County a national center of excellence in new clean energy industries. This year, we'll begin planning, researching, and engaging communities to garner important feedback on this venture. Additionally, potential locations of this 30 million square foot park on 4,000 to 6,000 acres, combined with over 30,000 acres of solar for power, is situated next to our extensive oil fields that are processing permits for carbon capture and storage. These two energy divisions will work together to create a new clean energy and carbon management hub for all of California. And with its proximity to rail and interstate highways, the possibilities for connection to the ports of Los Angeles and Stockton will expand Kern's economic future and create new pathways for jobs and training to lift all of our communities. While this accomplishment deserves to be celebrated in the highest regard, Kern County is no stranger to defining and accelerating energy development. We discovered oil in the Kern River field in 1899, created the first wind energy in California in 1981, and the largest commercial solar project in the United States in Eastern Kern in 2011. It is important to remember our roots, because we cannot accomplish an energy revolution without honoring and continuing the development of our oil and gas industries. Kern County produces 80% of California's oil and gas under the strictest, most environmentally conscious regulations in the world. This pivotal industry creates a whopping $9 billion impact on our region as the #1 contributor to Kern County's tax base, supporting everything from libraries to roads to schools. While demand for oil and gas has only risen since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, The Newsom administration continues to regulate and shut down our rights to drill, extraordinarily impacting Kern County's quality of life. This year, we will continue to advocate for the state to stop relying on imported oil from countries such as Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq, which have some of the worst human rights violations and environmental regulations in the world. In short, California should buy its oil from Kern County, not dictators or regimes who support terrorists. We will also work to end the state's solar tax exclusion, which is stripping Kern County of needed tax revenue. Additionally, our board will support Kern's position as a national energy leader by prioritizing responsible and streamlined permitting and long-term planning as we consider billions of dollars in new energy investment and logistics projects that will lead this diversification effort over the coming years. As you can see, the pressure I spoke about earlier is only solidifying our position as a diamond, as our skilled workforce continues to persevere and find solutions for the success of our future. In addition to our energy sector, which is an important cornerstone of our region's economy, our board is also pursuing other ventures to bolster our economy. This year, we will see boots on the ground for the construction of Kern County's Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to Home. With our area joining an elite circle of cities to provide this level of quality and excellence as an entertainment hub to community and visitors. This project itself will create more than 1,000 construction jobs and nearly 3,000 new permanent direct and indirect jobs once completed, with a projected $80 million payroll. There is also a local hiring provision for this project, which requires at least 50% of the property's workforce to come from Kern County communities, with the goal of filling all positions with local talent. Furthermore, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino is expected to generate an additional $85 million in indirect and induced compensation, and an estimated $275 million in indirect and induced sales on an annual basis. Including a local development agreement of $220 million to our county in tax revenue and services over 20 years. I'd like to congratulate the Tohono Indian Tribe on their years of hard work and dedication to bringing this extraordinary project to Kern County. Thank you for your contributions to growing our thriving and resilient regional economy, which is a priority of our board. Along with attracting and supporting new business such as this, as well as logistics and advanced manufacturing, our board is also investing in the services that truly make our community great. Come April, Kern County will begin collecting a 1-cent locally dedicated and controlled sales tax to fund vital quality of life services for unincorporated residents. Measure K will be an important tool in reclaiming some of our financial independence and reliance on the state. Last year, the board voted to place Measure K on the ballot in response to the negative impacts of the Newsom administration's oil and gas policies and mandates, which are being disproportionately felt here in Kern County. Now that Measure K has passed, it is estimated to raise $54 million in the first year of its implementation and will be utilized by our board to address critical priorities within our unincorporated communities. And every dollar will be accounted for and spent responsibly. Our community ranked public safety services provided by the Kern County Sheriff's Office in dealing with extraordinary recruitment and retention challenges within their office as the #1 concern here in Kern County. Our board plans to use Measure K funding to address these concerns by filling current vacancies and staffing substations, along with putting more law enforcement officers on our streets. Measure K will be a major catalyst in dealing with the Sheriff's Office staffing challenges. We have also created a new classification titled Sheriff's Community Service Technician to relieve deputies from non-critical incident reporting duties and place them in a capacity to provide needed public safety functions on the street. We have extended a $25,000 signing bonus for deputy sheriffs who laterally transferred to Kern County from other agencies around the country, in addition to relocation stipend of $5,000. We have also worked hand in hand with our sheriff, Donnie Youngblood, to restructure the assignment process for these lateral transfers to ensure those with valuable patrol experience are not placed immediately in a jail assignment. Incentivizing lateral transfers to our sheriff's office saves our county both time and money because these recruits do not need to be put through a training academy. Also, all sheriff deputies are now receiving raises and compensation in addition to the implementation of a monthly allowance of $2,000 used to incentivize patrol deputies in rural substations to live in the communities they work, supporting community policing. We have also increased compensation for sheriff dispatchers, as well as implemented a 25% increase in sheriff's aid compensation to fill critical facility roles that are otherwise covered by sheriff's detention's mandatory overtime. Our board has accomplished an exponential feat by addressing a staffing crisis challenging our sheriff's detention's personnel, which is a key component in expanding the number of patrol deputies deployed on the streets throughout our region. During my first meeting as chairman, our board has voted to raise all detention's deputy salaries by 22%, in addition to offering an upfront recruitment and retention bonus of $15,000. These adjustments will further incentivize potential job seekers to begin a career in law enforcement at the Kern County Sheriff Office, as our board fulfills one of its top priorities, which is to remain competitive in this field so we can provide the highest quality service to our residents. In addition to the Sheriff's Office this year, our board is working to address the needs at another one of our public safety agencies, the Kern County Fire Department. Now that we've balanced the budget deficit in our county's fire fund, we can tackle a backlog of critical equipment and station repair needs within this crucial first responder department. Beginning 2 years ago, our board started this investment process by allocating $10 million worth of new equipment to our fire department. Last year, we approved an additional $18 million for additional equipment, updating critical equipment such as gear, stations, trucks, bulldozers, and our outdated helicopters is crucial to our efficacy and success in battling wildfires, protecting rural communities, and most importantly, saving lives. Our board is also investing heavily in the amenities that make our community great, such as our libraries and local parks. After many of our libraries were closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I am proud to say we reopened all of our branches. This year, however, our board will consider expanding these hours along with utilizing $13 million in state grant funding for major infrastructure improvements at 17 of our library branches located throughout the county for the enhancement of our user experience. Another investment we're making this year within our recreational spaces with the help of federal economic assistance, State of California 68 grants, and other funding sources. Our board has approved a historic $45 million in upgrades in most of our Kern County parks, with many slated to be either completely redeveloped or receive considerable infrastructure improvements. Beautifying our parks and keeping our libraries open gives residents who need them most access to valuable services, furthering our county's commitment to equity. Another way Kern County is creating an equitable community is by addressing our digital divide. Over the next 2 years, our board is partnering with the City of Bakersfield and Sci-Fi Networks on a joint project to install a fiber optic high-speed internet network throughout Metro Bakersfield, including the City of Bakersfield and unincorporated county areas, a majority of which are within my district, in addition to the surrounding communities of Lamont and Fuller Acres at no cost to the county. This project is completely privately funded, and along with its construction cost, Sci-Fi Networks will be covering all county costs, such as permitting, inspections, and funding. In total, this project is estimated to cost Sci-Fi $400 million, with over $200 million to build and operate just the Kern County portion of this major upgrade. Now, the reason this is impactful because it will provide all homes, businesses, schools, and every other property within these areas access to high-speed internet connectivity, in addition to bolstering competition among providers that will drive down costs for consumers. We're expected to break ground on this exciting venture between March and May of this year, with the project expected to be completed within my first term in office. Finally, as I near the end of my address, I want to discuss one final goal of our board this year, which is to combat an epidemic of homelessness here in our region, like so many other areas of California. Our fight is not just focused on services, job training, and housing for these individuals, but also on the negative effects homelessness is having on our neighborhoods, businesses, parks, and public rights of way. It's a daunting challenge filled with various complexities and rules of law that I know frustrates all of us. However, we need to work harder to address our residents and business owners' concerns. This past year, our board implemented new local rules aimed at disrupting and eliminating homeless encampments in public areas. Part of this effort was an incredible expansion of teams of county mental health professionals and law enforcement officers to engage encampment hotspots along economic corridors and our Kern River Parkway. We have also filled our 150-bed, low-barrier M Street Navigation Center in Bakersfield 10 times over, helping hundreds of people experiencing homelessness receive the services they need to attain permanent housing. We've also successfully added a safe camping and parking area at M Street that right now is currently full with more than 50 people living here. That's 50 people who are no longer camping in public areas and are now receiving supportive services administered by professional staff. Since the opening of our M Street safe camping and parking space, more than 240 people have been moved directly into permanent housing. In addition to our navigation center here in Bakersfield, last year we created 2 more navigation centers in Arvin and Delano in order to address the homeless populations in these important areas of our county. We look forward to seeing them full this year as we administer life-changing services to our residents most in need. Also happening this year, our county will continue the construction of 2 new multi-million-dollar inpatient psychiatric hospitals that will be utilized to address the needs of people walking our streets suffering from severe mental illness. And just this month, our board approved the development of a non-congregate supportive housing facility in Oildale, which will provide needed services to combat homelessness in the area of our county that disproportionately experiences its negative effects. Tinny Oaks, as we fondly call it, will provide full wraparound services for up to 50 additional individuals experiencing homelessness within my district. further expanding the number of tools we have in our community to bring to this important fight. I am honored to have had the opportunity to address you, our esteemed members of our community this evening, as your 2023 Chairman of the Kern County Board of Supervisors. I want to thank my family and friends, district staff, and our hardworking community members and business leaders who make Kern County truly great. I can't wait for what we'll accomplish in the coming year as our diamond continues to shine. Thank you, and God bless you.
Chairman Flores, what an honor and privilege to celebrate you tonight. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share Kern County's story as your MC. Finally, thank you so much to all of you for joining us for the 2023 State of the County. This officially concludes our program. Please get home safely, and we wish you all a good night.